First of all, can I thank you and acknowledge all of you for giving your time up to come to this launch of the Leadership Academy. And I just want to spend a couple of moments at the start is talking about why this is so important.
We know what leadership is, but there are many definitions, and Marshall Ganz's is a particularly good one. I like it, and I don't need to take you through this, but you can see there are some characteristics we're going to be looking for in the people. And I think character, vision, ability to create a bond are really important.
Leadership needs to renew itself, and it doesn't happen by accident either. Well, actually, it does at the moment. Far too much of the leadership and development that we have of our organisation happens by accident. We either strike lucky by managing to find great people like Margaret, Jonathan, Denise and Gloria to lead our organisation, or we create them. Now, I actually think that we can't rely on accident. If we really want to be that great organisation, to be the best organisation in Australasia by 2015 and continue that status, if we really want to do that, then we cannot leave the development of our leadership of our organisation to chance.
We will create time with you. We will invest in this and stop doing other things so that we can invest in this. We could say times are really tough, just work really hard. But actually we're trying to build something with you and for you into the future. The next is interdependence, and we'll talk a bit more about that in a second. But you can't do it on your own, and we can't do it on our own in healthcare. So we've got to do something about that. There are gaps in learning, and you are going to see a great curriculum so you can top up those gaps. We will provide you with great teaching around that.
We've got leading our bill is Nigel Latta, who will be doing the course on interpersonal relationships and cross-disciplinary collaboration. We've got Sir Ray Avery, who will be doing the course on innovation. We've got Pat Snedden, who will be doing the course on diversity and inclusion. And so, I mean, what we've done is gone for very, very top people. And actually, we're doing really well. Most people are saying yes, they're happy to do it. They think it's a great initiative. And so what we can promise you is top-notch teachers.
And then we need to teach you how to be leaders who can pick when big change is required, as well as improving your service. How do you take part in leadership that is across the whole system? That's a different set of skills. We'll be there, we'll create a network with you around that fear that comes with leadership and taking risks, and we're trying to get away from short-termism.
We need to make sure that we are beginning to develop and bring on the next generation of leaders and clinical leaders in this organisation, so that we have a cohort of people that when us old fogies finally disappear, that we're able to hand across the baton of leadership to this organisation. In fact, almost to have that baton of leadership taken away from us. Because the really important thing I think about leadership is it's not about having leaders, it's about having followers. Because leaders are rather absurd people if you don't have people who are following them. One of the great examples of leadership I do use is that of an orchestral conductor. Because if you take an orchestra, and it's a bit like a hospital really, that, you know, if you just put an orchestra up and say, play something, then it will. And it'll be probably a pretty good approximation of what it is that you want to hear. You put a conductor in, and it gets to be the perfect blend. The right sense of the tempo, everybody starts together. The surgeons, who are always the trumpets, get calmed down a bit, and the orthopods are always the trombones, told not to slide around quite so much. And then we bring the strings up and get the oboes going. And actually you get the best possible outcome as a result, only if there's a good rapport between that leader who can get that orchestra to follow him or her. You then take the orchestra out, and what you're left with is something really quite absurd, which is a man in a penguin stick waving a stick. Leadership only matters if you can get people to follow you. Leadership only matters if you can grow the people around you. And what we want to do is grow the next generation of leaders.
The great outcome we can aim for here is that there is a broader pool of people whose profile is raised, they're celebrated, they're recognized for their skills within the organization, and therefore they're available to be part of solving the problems on an ongoing basis. So we've got to put together some sort of network that can work with those people. And of course, after thinking about counties, we've also got to think of the regional challenges and the national challenges. And I think that works both ways, because this isn't going to be about usually more money and paying people more, but it's recognizing people for the hard work they do and celebrating them locally and nationally.